Due process is a core tenet of the American justice system. Those who are accused have a right to confront their accuser and bring to bear any evidence that they have for their defense. That's a right. That's equality. If you're accused of a crime, you should be allowed to defend yourself and bring all the evidence that you have. Am I right? Anybody that says I'm wrong, well, you don't believe in true actual justice. The accusation is not the proof. That's something from back in the witch hunt days. We're not in witch hunts. That's why we call things witch hunts. You can't have an accusation without any proof. That which can be presented with proof can just as easily be dismissed without proof. And Title IX, for a long time, had been demonizing a lot of men and getting a lot of men kicked out of college for falsehoods. There are cases where men were kicked out of college because the girl slept with the guy and she didn't want her boyfriend to find out. Proven fact. He goes to a Title IX court. It's a kangaroo court. They get kicked out. They go to a real court. The real court says, well, it's a kangaroo court. He didn't do it. We've had stories with a guy that had absolute, undeniable evidence that he did not sexually assault this female college student, and they wouldn't even let him present the evidence because, well, due process is dead. Well, Trump changed that with Betsy DeVos, and they gave the accused the rights that the accused deserve. Imagine you're in college and someone accuses you of a horrible crime and you're not allowed to defend yourself. Not the America I want to live in. So Title IX changes were a good thing, but here Biden wants to scrap those and take it back to the days of if you have a penis, you are a demon. Whether you did anything or not, if any individual with a vagina says that you did something just because you have a penis, then you're obviously guilty. Those are the days that we're going to. Let's read this. NBC News. Biden wants to scrap Betsy DeVos's rules on sexual assault in schools. It won't be easy. And I hope it isn't easy. I mean, good Lord, even the ACLU finally realized that they need to embrace due process in the Title IX process. But not Joe Biden and his administration. He'd rather see male students falsely accused, unable to defend themselves. Yeah. Welcome to the Biden administration. The Harris-Biden administration. Yeah, this is going to go well. The Biden administration will have limited options to scrap Title IX regulations implemented 3 months ago that control how schools deal with sexual assault cases. And that's a good thing. Due process is a good thing. The accusation is not the proof. We should all have the right to defend ourselves in a court of law. The Trump administration's rules, which were opposed by anti-rape activists, yes, because they only care about one side. They don't believe that there are any false accusations of rape. But yet we all know, if you are a human being, that they exist. There are case after case after case. And college administrators gave more rights to students accused of assault and restricted how schools are allowed to investigate sexual misconduct allegations. Good, because in the old courts, when you were accused, you weren't even allowed to bring evidence, even if you had undeniable, irrefutable evidence such as, what was that case? Text messages from the girl after the supposed incident. Come on now, there are plenty of cases where it's been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that the girl lied. And what, we want to take away due process? Due process is there because humans lie. Because we're human beings. That's what humans do. They lie. Not all the time, but every human lies. And any human being in the world that says they have never lied and they don't lie is lying. It's a human nature. Whether it's a big lie or a small lie, it doesn't matter. You lie. And some humans lie big. We know this. We know this. So how can we have a court system that says, if the human has a vagina, then they can't possibly be lying? What? No, we need due process because lies happen. Proponents of the new rules, including Republicans and the Civil Liberties Nonprofit Foundation for Individual Rights in Education, celebrated them as a balanced approach to the gender equity law, Title IX. But Democrats and advocates for assault victims, including the National Women's Law Center, argued that the regulations would discourage students from reporting assaults. No, it would discourage students from reporting fake and false assaults. It is better that 10 individuals go free, even if they're guilty, than one innocent individual go to jail. That's what it used to be. But where are we at now? Kill them all and let the gods sort them out later? That's where we're at? All right. President-elect Joe Biden months ago promised a quick end to the Trump administration's Title IX regulations if he assumed office. His campaign's policy director, Steph Feldman, told reporters last month that Biden planned to return and then build on the Obama administration's policies. Yes, build on it, build on it. How much more are you going to build on it? What is it? Every male, when they go into college, must be accused of sexual assault on their first day, just to get their feet wet so they know what it feels like. How further are you going to expand it? Welcome to college. I think you did a sexual assault. What? This is my first day. I haven't even seen anybody. I don't care. You're a male. You have a penis. Boom. Done. Guilty. This is absurd. This is absurd. We need due process. How can we have something that has such drastic consequences as individuals getting kicked out of school or their reputations ruined without due process? And how many of these do we have to see where the kangaroo court of the college found them guilty and then they go to a real court and the real court says, well, the evidence is overwhelming that he's innocent? It's a kangaroo court geared for one side and one side only, and not even if you're a male who makes an accusation, because men in college who make accusations of sexual assault by women, they don't get the same treatment as women who make accusations. So why are we going back to the dark ages? We finally had some light of due process, equality under the law, and now we're going back to inequality under the law. That's not where we want to go. That's not where we want to go. Trump's administration's Title IX regulations, if he assumed office, build on the Obama-era administration's policies, which emphasized the rights of accusers and allowed more ways for schools to adjudicate sexual misconduct allegations. Yeah, basically they didn't need any evidence. They didn't need any proof. They only needed feelings. However, because Education Secretary Betsy DeVos put her framework in place through a formal rulemaking process, unless there's a congressional action, the Biden administration will have to go through the same procedure to overhaul the Title IX regulations, which could take as long as 2 years. DeVos has said her team was methodical about our rulemaking and regulatory moves to make it more difficult for a subsequent administration to make changes. And I think that's a good thing. So let me know what you think. Do you hate me because I want due process? Do you hate me because I believe that we should have equality under the law? Or do you believe that if someone is accused of a serious crime, that they should be allowed to defend themselves? To date, before Betsy DeVos and Obama's dear colleague letter and the framework for the old Title IX rules, even if you had evidence, if you were accused and you were a man, you weren't allowed to even present said evidence. It's not the way we want this country to work. Destroy lives over an accusation and then find out the accusation is false, but by that point it's too late. The man's life is ruined. His college career is over. No. We want equality. Don't we? Or am I wrong? Let me know. I'll talk to you guys later.